Hi everyone, this is my third attempt to figure out if acrylic gouache is the same as matte acrylics. So I've tried before with the Jo Sonja brand, with the golden so flat acrylic, and so far I still don't think that it's the same thing. I still think that the acrylic gouache is creamier and more opaque than the matte acrylic paint. But I recently found out that Holbein makes a line of matte acrylic. It's called Holbein Acrylic Colors Mat. And since Holbein makes the acrylic gouache, which is an acrylic gouache, I thought I'd give it a shot. I thought it would be a great way to compare acrylic gouache with matte acrylics from the same brand. Now, the problem is that the matte acrylic from Holbein is pretty expensive, just like all their products. It's pretty expensive. The tubes come in 120 milliliters, so they're pretty big tubes, but when you want to try something and you're not sure that you're going to like it, it's kind of a big tube and a big investment. The price for those tubes are anywhere from like $13 to $20 something. And I wanted to get some primary colors as well as the white and the black to see what I can do with it. I thought it would be a good range of colors to find out if they are opaque, if they mix well, if basically they react just like the acrylic gouache. So I found a website that had them on sale, and I was able to get the black and the white for a little over $10 each. And they also had a sample set. So it's like a sample of smaller tubes of the three primary colors. And I think it was about $17 something, which is the price of a normal size tube. So I thought it was a good deal and I ordered them. So I ordered the white, the black, and then the sample set. So I waited for quite a while before they arrived. And when they finally did, I opened the box and I was very disappointed because it was only the black and the white. And the invoice said that the sample set was discontinued and they didn't have it anymore. So I just ended up with a black and a white. So right there and then I knew that my test was not going to be quite what I wanted. But I just didn't want to return the black and the white because I would have had to pay for the shipping back. So I thought I'd just try them and see what I could do with them. It's always interesting to do some black and white studies. So that's what I did. So first I played with both. I mixed them to get a range of grays. I didn't do a very good job, but I know that I can get, a really good range of grays. And the white, I didn't find it very opaque. I put one pretty thick layer down on my tone gray paper, and I could kind of see the paper through it. And I didn't use any water, mind you. Once it was dry, I added another layer just on half of the swatch, and I could see that it was a little bit more opaque that way. So right away I knew it was not going to be a really super opaque white, but it's actually pretty hard to find some. The black is really nice and matte. It's a very gouache matte black. So just with those swatches, I can tell that it's a nice and matte paint. Some acrylic paint that's supposed to be matte, sometimes they have a light gloss to them. These two, I can't vouch for any of the other colors, but these two are nice and matte, and they're really good. So I decided to just paint landscapes to try the black and white studies. And the first one was quite fun to work on. I really liked painting the sky and the clouds. Now the sand, there's supposed to be a sand dune that the lighthouse is on, or next to at least. And it looks more like a snowbank instead. But it was a fun first try. And I did have a hard time getting my whites really, really white. But maybe it was my fault. Maybe I didn't wait for the paint to dry long enough. I'm not quite sure. It's a pretty enjoyable paint. I tend to like matte acrylic better than the regular glossy acrylic. I don't know, I like the finish on the paper better. For my second attempt, I did something a bit different, and I really liked the gradation of the sky. I liked that I had enough open time to do the gradation. That was pretty even. I was happily surprised. It was pretty easy to do. So that means the paint didn't dry too quickly. And yeah, I really like the way it looks. That was a fun little study to paint too. But again, it seemed like I had a hard time getting like a really bright white for the highlights. Now, I didn't seem to be using that much water, and I'm not sure why, but the paper seemed to peel a bit. I was using the Strathmore mixed media tone gray paper, which I usually like, and I don't know, it was peeling a bit. You can't really tell on the painting, but while it was wet, it was a bit more obvious. So I'm thinking that maybe I should try to use it on white watercolor paper and see if I get different results. And I think that would be another video. As far as deciding whether it's similar to the acrylic gouache, I don't think so. And it's really hard to tell with just a white and a black. But they're pretty nice paints, and but I don't think I would buy other tubes because they're so expensive. Then again, they're big tubes. But I don't think I'll use them enough to justify the spending. So that's it for my failed attempt on trying to figure out if acrylic gouache is the same as matte acrylics. I still think it's not, and I don't think I'll be convinced otherwise. It's similar, but I think I like acrylic gouache better. How about you? Have you tried to compare both? Is there one you like better than the other? I know I did like playing with the golden so flat acrylics, and these are pretty nice too, but I still like my acrylic gouache. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you would like to help support this channel, you can always click on the thanks button right next to the share button. Thank you all for stopping by. Have a wonderful day. I'll see you soon. Bye bye.